Hi everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into a fascinating truth. Some souls are born differently. They carry a quiet knowing, a unique energy, and a deeper purpose. They are often called the chosen ones, not because they are above others, but because they are called to awaken, heal, protect, and inspire. Some of them walk through fire, some through silence, yet each one carries a mission meant to change the world in subtle and profound ways. Chosen ones often feel different in daily life. They may feel alone in crowded rooms. They may feel tired without knowing why. They may question traditions, beliefs, and habits that others accept easily. This difference can feel heavy at first, but over time they learn that their sensitivity is not a weakness, it is a doorway. Their life itself becomes a spiritual journey. Today, we will explore the 8 types of chosen ones, understand their divine missions, and discover how their journeys can inspire us all. The core message of this video is self-awareness, spiritual purpose, and conscious living. Every chosen one, whether an awakener, healer, warrior, messenger, builder, protector, alchemist, or wayshower, teaches us the same lesson. Life is not just about surviving, it is about living in alignment with our true self, our values, and our energy. Each type reminds us that challenges, pain, and differences are not obstacles. They are signposts guiding us to growth, purpose, and impact. While each chosen one has a unique path and purpose, they all share one common thread. Their lives are guided by a mission far greater than themselves. Let's take a closer look at each of these 8 types, discover their divine gifts, and see how their journeys can inspire us in our own lives. The first type is Awakener. The Awakener is not here to live on autopilot. They are born with an inner fire that refuses to accept life as just the way it is. From an early age, Awakeners sense that something is off when people live without purpose, repeat unhealthy patterns, or silence their true feelings. They do not always know why they feel this way, but their soul recognizes sleep when it sees it. Their presence alone can make others question their choices, their habits, and even their beliefs. In daily life, the Awakener is often the one who asks simple but powerful questions. Are you really happy living like this? Is this the life you imagined for yourself? These questions are not meant to judge, but to wake something hidden inside others. Many people avoid such questions because they require honesty, and honesty can be uncomfortable. That is why Awakeners are sometimes misunderstood, labeled as difficult, rebellious, or negative. In truth, they are mirrors. They reflect what others are not ready to see. Awakeners challenge fear, comfort, and false beliefs quietly but deeply. They question routines that drain the soul, jobs that kill joy, and relationships built on habit rather than love. At work, an Awakener may suggest a new way of doing things, while others say, "This is how it's always been." In families, they may be the first to say, "We need to talk about this," instead of ignoring pain. Their courage often comes at a cost. Resistance, distance, and loneliness can follow. But the Awakener understands, even if unconsciously, that comfort is not the same as peace. People often resist Awakeners because truth feels threatening to the ego. When someone is asleep to their own life, awakening feels like loss. It feels like admitting wasted time or hidden pain. This is why Awakeners are not always welcomed, yet they are always needed. As psychologist Carl Jung said, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. The Awakener's role is not to force change, but to invite awareness. Les Brown reminds us, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Awakeners help others take that first step, not by pushing, but by opening a door. Awakeners grow when they learn to speak truth without attachment to outcome. Their mission is not to convince, but to illuminate. Spiritually, the Awakener carries light into dark rooms, not with force, but with presence. Second type is Healer. The healer has a quiet, calming presence. Their energy is soft, yet incredibly strong. They feel emotions deeply, sometimes so deeply that the world feels overwhelming to them. Loud environments, harsh words, and emotional tension affect them more than others. They sense pain behind smiles and silence behind laughter. Even when nothing is said, the healer feels what is hidden. This sensitivity is not accidental, it is the language of their soul. People naturally open up to the healer, often without knowing why. Strangers may share personal stories. Friends feel safe enough to cry. The healer listens not to reply, but to understand. They do not rush, judge, or minimize feelings. Their presence alone creates relief. As psychologist Carl Rogers said, when someone feels heard, they begin to heal. The healer offers this gift simply by being fully present. In our daily life, the healer is the one people call during emotional breakdowns, relationship struggles, or moments of confusion. They comfort friends late at night, support family through difficult times, and carry emotional weight quietly. Many healers absorb the pain of others without realizing it. They go home feeling tired, heavy, or emotionally drained, wondering why their energy is gone. This happens because they care deeply and feel others' emotions as if they were their own. Most healers have walked through pain themselves. They often experience heartbreak, rejection, abandonment, or emotional neglect early in life. Instead of becoming distant or bitter, they become compassionate. Their wounds open their hearts rather than closing them. They understand suffering because they have lived it. This is why their words feel real, not rehearsed. They do not offer empty advice, they offer understanding. The greatest challenge for the healer is learning boundaries. Because they want to help, they often forget themselves. As Brené Brown reminds us, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves. The healer's divine mission is not to save everyone, it is to remind others that healing is possible. They are not responsible for fixing lives, they are here to guide, support, and reflect light during dark moments. When healers learn to protect their energy, rest without guilt, and choose themselves when needed, their light becomes sustainable, their compassion becomes balanced. Spiritually, the healer teaches the world that softness is strength, that empathy is power, that listening can be more healing than speaking. Their journey is one of learning to give from fullness, not from exhaustion. Third type is warrior. The warrior is shaped through struggle, not comfort. Life rarely gives them an easy path. From an early age, they face obstacles that test their spirit, rejection that challenges their worth, loss that breaks their heart, or repeated failures that could make anyone give up. Yet, something deep within them refuses to surrender. Even when they fall, they rise again, not unchanged, but stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Every wound becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes training. Unlike others, the warrior does not escape pain, they walk through it. There are moments when they feel tired, defeated, or overwhelmed, but quitting is never their final answer. Their strength is not loud or aggressive, it is quiet, steady, and unshakable. The warrior learns that real power is built in moments when no one is watching, when giving up would be easier, but continuing feels right. In our daily life, the warrior may be someone who grows up in hardship, yet chooses integrity over bitterness. They may come from a broken home, face financial struggles, or experience repeated disappointments. Still, they refuse to let pain define them. They show up to work even when life feels heavy. They keep promises even when motivation is gone. They fight internal battles silently, doubts, fears, anger, and exhaustion, while presenting calm strength to the world. The warrior often carries invisible scars. People may see confidence, but behind it lies discipline built through survival. They learned self-control because life demanded it. They learned patience because rushing never helped. They learned courage not because they lack fear, but because fear never stopped them. As motivational speaker Eric Thomas says, pain is temporary, quitting lasts forever. Warriors live this truth daily, not as a quote, but as a mindset. Their mission is not aggression or dominance, it is resilience. Warriors teach by example that strength is built through endurance. They show others that falling does not mean failing, and struggling does not mean weakness. Their presence alone sends a powerful message. If I survived this, you can survive too. They become symbols of hope for those still in the fight. Spiritually, the warrior represents faith under pressure. They trust that every challenge carries meaning, even when the meaning is not clear. If you are a warrior, remember this. You were not given a hard life to break you, you were given it to build you. Fourth type is messenger. The messenger is called to speak, write, create, or express truth. Silence feels heavy to them, almost painful. When they hold their voice back, something inside them feels blocked. They feel most alive when they communicate from the heart, when words flow honestly and without masks. Their voice carries clarity, comfort, and sometimes awakening. They have the rare ability to translate complex emotions into simple understanding, helping others make sense of what they feel but cannot explain. The messenger often notices that words affect them deeply. A sentence can stay in their mind for days. A story can change their mood instantly. This sensitivity to language is not accidental, it is their gift. They are natural bridges between confusion and clarity. When others feel lost, the messenger finds the right words to bring light. Their expression does not need to be perfect, it only needs to be real. In our daily life, the messenger may be a teacher, speaker, writer, artist, or even a friend who always knows what to say at the right moment. They help others understand themselves by putting feelings into words. They speak truths people are afraid to admit. They say what others feel but cannot voice. Viktor Frankl said, "Those who have a why can survive almost any how." Messengers help people rediscover their why, especially in moments of pain, doubt, or confusion. But when the messenger hides their voice, they feel disconnected from their purpose. Their soul grows restless. The greatest lesson for the messenger is courage. Speaking truth always carries risk. Not everyone will understand, not everyone will agree, but authenticity is more important than approval. When messengers speak from truth instead of fear, their words heal, guide, and inspire. They remind the world that honest expression can change lives. Spiritually, the messenger carries light through language. Their words plant seeds in hearts and minds. A single message shared at the right moment can shift someone's entire path. Their mission is not to be loud, but to be real. Here's a question for you. Have you ever felt a strong urge to speak or express something meaningful, but held back out of fear of being judged? Fifth type is builder. The builder creates stability in a chaotic world. While others feel overwhelmed by uncertainty, the builder remains grounded. They are patient, practical, and focused. They understand that lasting change does not happen overnight. While others dream without direction, the builder plans. While others talk endlessly, the builder works quietly. They do not rush the process, they trust it. Step by step, they turn vision into reality. The builder is not driven by attention or applause. They are driven by purpose. They see what is missing and begin filling the gaps. Their strength lies in discipline and consistency. They understand that real success is built slowly through daily effort, not sudden luck. Even when progress feels invisible, the builder keeps going, knowing that foundations are formed underground before anything rises above the surface. In our daily life, the builder may be someone who creates a healthy home by establishing routines, emotional safety, and stability. They may build a fair workplace by leading with integrity, structure, and responsibility. They may build a supportive community by bringing people together and creating systems that help others grow. As James Clear reminds us, small habits compound into big change. Builders live this truth daily, not as a quote, but as a mindset. Their mission is not aggression or dominance, it is resilience.
Warriors teach by example that strength is built through endurance. They show others that falling does not mean failing, and struggling does not mean weakness. Their presence alone sends a powerful message. If I survived this, you can survive too. They become symbols of hope for those still in the fight. Spiritually, the builder teaches the world the value of commitment. They show that true creation requires responsibility, not just inspiration. They remind us that meaning is built through consistent action aligned with values. If you are a builder, remember this: your work matters even when it feels invisible. Your patience is power. Here's a question for you. What is something in your life that you are building slowly, even if others do not yet see its value?
Sixth type is protector. The protector is deeply sensitive to injustice. They feel discomfort the moment someone is harmed, silenced, or disrespected. Their heart reacts before their mind does. Even when they try to stay quiet, something inside them refuses to ignore what feels wrong. This reaction is instinctive. It is not learned. It is part of who they are. The protector does not look for power or attention. They simply cannot stand by while others suffer. When someone is being treated unfairly, their body tightens, their heart beats faster, and their conscience speaks loudly. This inner alarm pushes them to step in, even when it feels risky. Their courage is not loud or dramatic. It is calm, steady, and rooted in integrity. In our daily life, the protector may defend a bullied colleague, speak up when someone is being disrespected, or set firm boundaries in emotionally toxic environments. They may protect younger siblings, vulnerable friends, or even strangers. Many protectors face challenges because of their strong sense of justice. Others may label them as sensitive, aggressive, or difficult. Some may misunderstand their intentions. This can make the protector feel isolated. Yet they continue because their conscience does not allow them to turn away. The protector's mission is safety, not control. They are not here to dominate or overpower others. They are here to create spaces where people feel protected, respected, and seen. Spiritually, the protector represents moral courage. They remind the world that kindness requires bravery and that standing up for others is a sacred act. If you are a protector, remember this: your voice matters. Your boundaries matter. Even when you feel tired or misunderstood, your courage is creating safety for someone who may not be able to protect themselves. Here's a question. Have you ever felt a strong inner push to stand up for someone, even when it was uncomfortable or risky? Seventh type is alchemist. The alchemist is a transformer of pain. Their soul is shaped in the fire of experience. They walk through darkness not once, but many times, and each time they return with deeper wisdom. Their life includes intense inner struggles, confusion, loss, and powerful identity shifts. There are moments when they feel broken, uncertain, or lost, yet they are never truly empty. Something inside them is always searching, learning, and becoming. Unlike others, the alchemist does not avoid pain. They are pulled into it, asked to understand it. In silence, in loneliness, and in emotional storms, they sit with questions that have no quick answers. This process can feel heavy and isolating, but within this darkness, something begins to change. Old beliefs fall apart, false identities dissolve. What remains is truth. In our daily life, the alchemist may experience depression, spiritual questioning, or emotional collapse. They may lose direction, relationships, or a sense of self. Others may see this as weakness, but it is transformation in disguise. Through suffering, the alchemist gains insight. They begin to see patterns, meaning, and lessons where others see only pain. Carl Jung said, "In the middle of chaos lies transformation." Alchemists live this truth through experience, not theory. Over time, the alchemist learns to turn pain into understanding. They no longer run from difficult emotions. The alchemist's mission is not to erase suffering, but to reveal its purpose. They help others see light within darkness. They remind people that breakdowns can become breakthroughs, and that losing oneself can be the first step toward becoming whole.
Their presence tells others you are not alone in this. Spiritually, the alchemist represents rebirth. They show that the soul grows through surrender, not control. Their journey teaches that healing is not about avoiding pain, but about allowing it to shape wisdom and compassion. If you are an alchemist, remember this. Your darkest moments are not failures, they are transformations in progress. Your depth is a gift, and your journey is turning pain into meaning for yourself and for others. Here's a question. Have you ever gone through a painful period in life that later gave you deeper understanding or inner strength? Eighth type is way shower. The way shower is a quiet guide, a living example of integrity and alignment. They do not preach or force their beliefs on others. Instead, they lead through their actions, choices, and presence. Their life itself becomes a map for others to follow. People feel drawn to them, inspired by the way they move through life with calm confidence and quiet courage. Often, others cannot explain why they feel uplifted around a way shower. It is simply the energy of someone fully living their truth. In our daily life, the way shower chooses honesty over shortcuts, even when dishonesty would be easier or more profitable. They choose peace over unnecessary conflict, even when drama surrounds them. They choose growth over comfort, taking steps toward learning, self-awareness, and spiritual development, even when it requires patience or sacrifice. Their decisions are often subtle, yet the ripple effect touches everyone around them. Wayne Dyer said, "Be a light, not a judge." The way shower embodies this principle in every interaction. Their calm consistency quietly teaches others that integrity is stronger than popularity, patience more powerful than reaction, and authenticity more transformative than persuasion. Spiritually, the way shower represents alignment and presence. They remind the world that living truthfully is the highest form of teaching. Their mission is not to change others directly, but to show through their life that living according to your values creates influence, peace, and transformation. If you are a way shower, remember this. Your life is your message. Every choice, every act of honesty, every moment of courage matters. You do not need to speak loudly to lead. Your consistency and authenticity ripple quietly, inspiring change in ways you may never fully see. Here's a question. Which areas of your life could you start living more truthfully, quietly leading by example, rather than telling others what to do? All chosen ones share a common path. They feel misunderstood. They outgrow people, places, and old versions of themselves. This can feel lonely, but loneliness often comes before alignment. Chosen ones are not meant to fit in. They are meant to stand in their truth. The path is simple, yet profound. Recognize your type, embrace your gifts, and live consciously. The world needs each of these gifts. By understanding our energy and living aligned with it, not only do we fulfill our purpose, we also inspire others to awaken, heal, and grow alongside us. Being chosen does not mean leaving the world. It means living in it consciously. It means choosing kindness when anger is easier. It means setting boundaries without guilt. It means resting when the soul feels tired. As Brené Brown says, boundaries are a form of self-respect. Chosen ones must protect their energy, because their energy is their gift. Eventually, chosen ones learn that their mission is not something far away. Your journey may be slow, but it is sacred, and your presence alone may be changing lives in ways you cannot yet see. Here's a question for you. Which type of chosen one do you feel connected to right now, and what life experiences led you there?